We're doing GLM Blue Editing Book, Practice 13 on page 65. The first and the last lines are correct, so I just put a tick here. Okay, you need to find 10 grammatical errors. A quick glance of the passage tells me that the genre of the passage is a factual article. Okay, and I also need to identify what is the dominant tense. Reading the first line will let me know what is the dominant tense. Okay. Globalization is the process of international integration arising from the inter-exchange of worldviews, products, ideas, and other aspects of culture. So what is the verb in this line? The verb is. Okay. What is the tense of the verb is? Okay. So the tense of the verb is present tense. Okay. So that tells me that the dominant tense of this text is present tense. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, worldviews. Okay, seems correct. Products, ideas, aspects, correct. Advance in transportation with telecommunications infrastructure, especially the rise of internet, are major factor generating further interdependence of economic and cultural activities. Okay, this sentence is quite long, but if you actually break it down, okay, are, okay, tells me that the subject must be in plural form, and the subject is about the advancement. So this is not in plural form. Okay, so this noun advance is not in plural form. It should be advances, plural form. Okay. Next, the second line. Okay, the second line. Advances in transportation with telecommunication infrastructure. So that seems wrong as well, because again we're talking about two things. Okay, advances in transportation as well as the telecommunications infrastructure. So when you're talking about two things, what conjunction do you use? A, B. So what conjunction? A and B. So the conjunction should be and. Okay, that should be the correct conjunction. Okay, so what are the two things here? Okay, the two things, like I just now mentioned, transportation, the first thing, and the second thing is telecommunications. So, first thing, transportation, second thing, telecommunications. So there are two nouns here. Okay, major, okay, major R, I notice here. Okay, so this should be, again, plural form. Plural form, so it should be of plural form of factor is factors. Okay, factors. Generating further interdependence of economic and cultural activities. While most people place the origin of globalization of modern times. So we're talking about modern times. Okay, it would be in modern times. Okay, the correct preposition should be in modern times. Okay, so that should be the correct preposition. Others trace its historical long before European age of discovery. Historical, that's wrong. It should be a noun. So what's the noun form of historical? It should be history. History. Okay, so that should be the noun form of the word historical. Okay, let's continue. Some even trace the origin to 3rd millennium BC. 3rd millennium BC. How can it be a? Okay. Why? Okay, see? The European Age of Discovery. The late 19th century. Okay, so when we are talking about a specific time in history, so this 3rd millennium BC is a specific time in BC. So when it's a specific time, we need to use the as the correct determiner. Okay. Okay, continue. In the late 19th century and early 20th century, the connectedness of the world's economies and cultures grow very quickly. Wait, we are talking about late 19th century, early 20th century. That is all in the past. So when it's in the past, how can I use grow? In the past, I must use the past tense. So the past tense of grow is grew. So that should be the past tense form of the word grow. Okay, the term globalization has increasingly used since the mid-1980s. So I notice here has been. Okay, so that should be in the participle form. Okay, participle form of use is used. Okay, used participle. Okay, used. Since the mid-1980s. Okay, this is, did you notice that this one is since the mid-1980s? So even now, this has been used. So has been is correct. It's not had been. Has been is correct because of since this and hasn't stopped yet. In 2000, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, identified 4 basic aspects. I notice here 4. Okay, so that should be 4. So aspect, is it correct? No, it should be in plural form. Aspects, plural form. Okay, of globalizing trade and transaction. Okay, capitals and investment movements, migration and movement of people. So did you notice here trade? Okay, uncountable now. Okay, migration also uncountable now. Capitals, that is wrong. Okay, this is wrong because okay, it should be in what? Uncountable noun. Okay, so if you want to write that, capital uncountable noun would be capital. Okay, so let's write capital. CAPITAL, capital, because it's an uncountable noun.